continue. So, we made it into school without a hitch. Our lockers were in the same part of the hall, so we quickly unloaded what we needed to and got our important books and necessities, or our essentials, whichever you like to call it. First incident of the day then happened. As I walked towards Suzu and Naomi, who were both waiting for me on the opposite side of the hall, something hooked my ankle and made me fall forward. Whoa! Ow!
Hey, are you okay?
No! Lisette tripped me again.
Who did that?
Silly question, Naomi. It should be completely obvious who it was. There's only one person that would trip me up. The three of us looked back to see Lisette and her gaggle of girls. Lisette had a look of complete innocence, while the girls around her giggled like no tomorrow.
Why, you little...
Yep, let's get her.
Suzu, don't!
Oh, fine, if Suzu won't, I'll gladly have another KO round with her. I felt a giant fire of anger burn in my stomach as I stared at Lisette. Today was not the only time this has happened to me, however, this was now clear who was behind these incidents. Even if she was innocent and one of her goons did it, it was now obvious Lisette was the mastermind, just from the look on her face. She was no friend, nor would she ever be. I had to do something. Simple. Everybody ready? Get her! I've had enough. I felt adrenaline rush through my body as I once again pounced off of the ground and rushed to Lisette. It was Twinkle versus Lisette, round 2. I was not going to be the only one with scrapes this time. Oh no, this time I'll make sure that I goddamn KO her one. I tackled Lisette to the ground, swiping and slapping her innocent face. She screamed in fright before trying to push me off and block my attacks.
Holy shit! Anderson!
Don't worry, I have her, Suzu!
Stop it!
Who? Lisette? Yeah, Lisette, stop fighting back. I wasn't listening anymore. I felt my carnal need to get revenge take over as I began to pull at Lisette's hair to get better aim at her face with my free hand. I'd had enough of the bullying, the wounds, the insults. All of that was going to burn in the past as I scraped my nails and hands across Lisette's face over and over. My rebellion would be marked on her pretty face for all to see. Lisette pushed me off and scrambled to her feet, both panicked and angry at the same time. Her emotions were close to anger I was feeling.
Are you crazy? What the hell?
You're asking for it, Lisette. I stood up very slowly, glaring daggers into Lisette's soul through her eyes. I must have had some sort of demon behind me. Or maybe I looked like the monster myself. But the gaggle of girls, Lisette, and even my friends had a look of pure terror on their faces. I've had enough of you, Lisette. You obviously won't stop unless I fight back. Well, guess what? You're gonna get it. I charged Lisette a second time, shoving her hard against the lockers. She let out a yelp of pain as she smacked the back of her head against the metal behind her before glaring and shoving me back. As I stumbled back, Lisette raised her hand ready to fight.
Then come on, Anderson. Show me what you've got. I bet it's not much.
Who would have thought that a pretty girl like her could actually fight? I felt myself snarl in anger before raising my own fist, remembering my taekwondo. I quickly snapped onto one leg and raised the leg to get a swift kick at her head, but she blocked with her arms and swiped towards me to jab at me. She had training, not surprising. I didn't care at that moment. I bent back from the incoming jab, re-establishing my balance as I placed both feet on the floor. Lisette threw jab upon jab at me, forcing me to block my torso and face with my arms and hands. Hit for hit, Lisette and I exchanged and defended blows at each other. It was indeed more than just a cat fight. This was a vengeful duel. In my mind, all I saw was Lisette. All I wanted was to make her stop, and if that meant beating her down, then it had to be done. We eventually gained a small crowd of people, all silent but observing the fight. My anger intensified and my hits became harder with each second that passed between us. I couldn't let her in. I wouldn't let her win. None of the set's girls dared to step in, apparently afraid to have seen our skills in our individual fighting styles. Suzu was held back by Naomi's arm despite both of them wanting to help me. They didn't wait long for it to end though. Suddenly, Lisette was pulled away from me, and I was pushed against the lockers by a strong force. Lisette hit the lockers as well on the opposite end of the hall, letting out a girly grunt of pain. I looked up to see my art teacher, Miss Gordon, holding me against the lockers with a look of surprise and serious concern on her face.
Miss Anderson, what are you doing?
In my defence, she started it. I looked to see Lisette being held back by Miss Phillips, starting to cry innocently. I knew what was going to come out of her mouth, so I tried to push Miss Gordon off to confront her. Miss Gordon, however, kept an arm wrapped around me, keeping me back. No, don't you dare start crying, Lisette. You started this.
Miss Anderson, get a hold of yourself.
What is wrong with you? What did I ever do to you? I couldn't stop the angry tears running down my face as I stood across the hall. Lisette and Miss Phillips stared in shock at my screams, and Miss Gordon tightened her hold on me. Eventually I lost my energy and began to weigh down on Miss Gordon's arms, letting my sadness take over and quench my anger with tears and swelling pain. I could feel Miss Gordon hug me to her to keep me upright as Lisette sniffled and confided with Miss Phillips.
I didn't do anything to her. She just attacked me all of a sudden.
Yeah, I totally just attacked you all of a sudden. My personality definitely suggests I am the type to suddenly bolt and go after someone. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm the quiet type in class that always listens. Oh, never mind then. That's not going to work. You can't get away with it because clearly I'm not the type to do it.
That's a lie, Lisette. You tripped her on purpose. You've always been a snobby prick to us.
Never! I gave my condolences about her grandfather's death. I try to keep everyone calm. Is that so wrong?
You didn't even sound sincere. We know you were only pretending to be nice to spite us.
Enough. Miss White, follow me to the dean's office.
Lisette followed, wiping her eyes in fade innocent. She knew how to play her, but I remained still in Miss Gordon's arms, unable to bring myself to fight to get at Lisette again. She wasn't worth it. I had done my damage. The gaggle of Lisette's wannabes would make sure I became infamous around the school. I didn't care. I made my statement on Lisette's face and body, and I wasn't afraid to do it again. Miss Gordon, however, wasn't done with me.
Come with me, sweetie.
I nodded and followed. My friends frowned as they watched me leave, but they headed to class without me. Miss Gordon led me to an empty classroom, which she claimed as hers. It looked like all of the other classrooms, but our posters lined the walls. Many students loved the room, but hated one thing, the mirror in the back of the room. It was the only thing Miss Gordon loved to use against the students. With it, she was able to see who was using their phones and who was actually studying. Miss Gordon led me to the back of the room and sat me in front of it.
What do you see?
Huh?
Tell me what you see.
My reflection? I looked in the mirror and saw myself. My clothes were a little bit ruffled from the fight, but beyond that, I just saw me. Nothing about me seemed different than normal. I see myself.
All right. What else?
What else? I don't understand.
Do you know what I see?
No.
I see a brilliant woman who has been working her butt off to try and find herself. She just has a little bit of adversity in her way.
Does that mean Lisette? What does this have to do with what happened with Lisette?
Listen, don't think about Lisette right now. She's just another student who doesn't know what you're going through.
I stared at myself in the mirror, unable to tear my eyes away. She was right, but I still lingered on what had happened with Lisette. I know Miss Gordon was only trying to help, but I couldn't fight the thought in my head. Miss Gordon gently rubbed my shoulders, snapping me from my thoughts. I looked to see her smiling down at me through the mirror.
You know, those were some pretty interesting moves. Taekwondo.
Yeah?
You'll have to show me one day.
I laughed as she hugged me gently.
Look, don't let Lisette get to you, okay? You have your own battles to face, and you can face them just fine. Instead of fighting Lisette, focus on your goals.
I looked up at her and nodded slightly. It was cliché to hear, but she was telling the truth. I needed to focus on myself first, and not on Lisette, who was clearly just being a snobby priss. She gave me a small pack of tissues and told me that she would handle Lisette. The fear about my family learning of this that had quickly appeared had vanished when she promised to keep me out of it as much as she could.
Everything will be fine now. You're a good student, so I'll let you off with a severe warning. Just don't get into any more fights, okay? Now, head to class.
Yes, miss. I nodded before heading to class. Surprisingly, the rest of the class day went off without another incident. I went to my classes, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket, because why not? That phone has always got to ring or vibrate at inconvenient times. It's normal.